It is recording.
Good. Okay.
And action.
A staggering 1/5 of Yakushima Island has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for good reason.
Located 60 kilometers from the southern tip of Kyushu, the sharply rising mountains of Yakushima are home to an incredible 1,900 species and subspecies of plants, including the ancient giants, the Yakusugi cedar trees, some of which are thousands of years old.
There's also another estimated 2,000 species and subspecies of animals on the island, including unique subspecies of sika deer and Japanese macaques, found only here on Yakushima.
But there is one animal that doesn't belong on the island. Raccoon dogs, or as they're known in Japan, tanuki.
We've arrived for our first visit on Yakushima to begin our study on the invasive tanuki of the island, and we wonder how their presence impacts the sensitive ecosystem here.
So come with us in our fieldwork as we join the community of researchers working on different areas and species found around the island to help ensure its conservation.
That's it. We have our permits.
We got them?
Fresh from the office. There was a lot of paperwork, but now we can get into the forest.
Perfect. 3 months in the making. Here we go. Any researchers wishing to study in the protected parts of the island require special permission to do so. We've been granted permission to enter and to sample some protected areas on the west side of the island. Our focus for this trip is the Sabarindo Forest. This beautiful coastal forest, rich with banyan trees, is a popular choice for primatologists and sika deer researchers to collect data. But we'll be looking for something a little different.
Feces, or as we call it in the field, brown gold. Tanuki have a unique latrine behavior, meaning communities of them will all choose to defecate in the same spots. We arrive in Sabarindo hoping to find some of these latrines so that we can collect some samples, yes, tanuki feces, so that we can begin studying the parasites, diets, and population of tanuki found in this area.
I really wish we find one today, but I don't even really know what we're looking for.
Yeah, there is sure a lot of feces on the ground, but that's only deer feces so far.
I only have ideas and pictures of what we're supposed to be looking for, but I don't know if it's going to look a lot different in this forest because they're not supposed to be here, so it'll be interesting to see.
I do hope it won't be too hard to be sure that it's tanuki samples. Let's see. One thing for sure, it feels good to set foot on the ground.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
There has been a lot of research covering many aspects of the island, with topics ranging from its landscape, hydrology, flora, or fauna. Sometimes even with questions at their intersection, like how do animal-dispersed plants adapt their fruiting phenology to the winter migration of their dispersers? Or human-wildlife conflict-related issues like, can monoculture for logging increase crop rating by macaques and deer on the island? But regardless of what you study, there is one thing constant with field research. It's not necessarily easy to find what you're looking for.
What? Is that something there?
I don't know, it looks... could be, but... Oh.
Oh.
I guess no.
Oh,
Oh, look. Yeah.
Nice. seed pod.
We have a couple fresher pods here too.
Oh, you're right.
Well, better luck next time.
Yeah.
Perseverance when facing hurdles is crucial on the field. That's something we can learn from the past because we're obviously not the first to study animals in Yakushima. In fact, research from the Kyoto University primatologist Shunzo Kawamura and Junichiro Itani on Japanese macaques in Yakushima goes as far as the early 50s, with long-term studies still ongoing since 1975. When doing fieldwork in Yakushima, you do have a feel of history and research lineage. Our own supervisor did fieldwork there for his PhD, to study the transmission of gastrointestinal parasites in the social network of the local wild primate. Previous research focused on the ecology and behavior of Japanese macaque and Yakushika deers, with questions like, how do Japanese macaques of Yakushima adapt their diets to altitude and season? Is their social structure similar to the one of Japanese macaques in mainland Japan or other islands? Or, what plant constituents drive food selection in local Sika deers?
Wait a second, what's this color here?
Oh, no way!
Huh.
Kenneth! What?
Wow, that is...
That has to be. There's nothing else in this forest that could have done that.
Yeah, I cannot think of anything else. It's nothing like I've ever seen too.
That's it. That's gotta be it. Our first latrine.
Nice!
I never would have thought on our first day that we'd get one just like that.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Keep in mind, though, that not everything goes well or according to plan during fieldwork. In fact, things going wrong or taking an unexpected turn might possibly be the norm. Like when we tried our thermal imaging drone surveys, we were convinced we would have no issue picking up ground dwellers' heat signatures, given how this model is capable of detecting primates at the top of canopies in Malaysia.
I'll see how stable it is before going too high.
Okay. Don't know how many animals are going to be active in this weather. I hope we find something.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be really interesting to see what, if anything, our drone can pick up on its highly specialized cameras.
All right, on top of the forest. And let's see if we manage to see things.
Well, after 30 minutes flying over the forest...
Do you have an update for us, Kenneth? How are we doing?
Still nothing, and I'm starting to wonder if we can see through the canopy at all. I don't know if it's because there is nothing here, or if it's because it's impossible to see through. I guess, except if we can actually see them, it'll be hard to know.
It's so difficult without knowing the heat signatures for these animals as well. No luck this time. The wind is picking up.
Yeah,
Not too bad yet, but we're getting a little bit nervous. What's the wind speed at right now?
it reached a 12
Ooh,
meters per second, so let's not push our luck.
yeah. Sometimes fieldwork is about knowing when to quit.
In a desperate attempt at seeing anything, we even confirmed that the thermal sensor works as it should by looking directly at animals from the ground. However, we were still unlucky in our following flights. But after all these successes and setbacks, it is time to come back home.
Well, back to the closest thing there is to home when on Yakushima, the field station. Doing fieldwork requires you to find a home away from home. It's not like it's easy to commute. Being far from your friends or relatives can be tough when you need to be apart for long. But in return, you also get to share with other field researchers and gradually become part of this small and welcoming community.
The station is where we can have some rest, meals, showers, but also time for other aspects of fieldwork like method refinement, data entry, or sample processing. Yes, we sort of also have work from home during fieldwork. But more adventure awaits tomorrow, so we'll come back after some well-deserved rest. Fieldwork requires a good level of preparedness to be efficient on the ground, ready for most situations and unforeseen events. As a field biologist, you design and adapt your gear to suit your needs, till you become a true walking lab.
By our second week in Yakushima, we had streamlined our latrine sampling routine. One of the most difficult aspects of fieldwork is remaining consistent, preparing yourself mentally for a lot of repetition, but also being ready for anything to happen. Every day is an adventure.
To the next latrine. I wonder about this one.
Yeah!
Let's see. So that's the one from yesterday. I think it's new. Yeah, this part we can still see it, but there is something on top here.
That's
Perfect.
Nice. Let's sample.
Up, let's gear up.
Consistency can be a challenge, however, when it's about something consistently not working as expected. While our latrine sampling was reliably successful, our drone methodology still missed its aha moment. But sometimes, with perseverance and just a bit of luck, a breakthrough might be right around the corner.
We've had a lot of luck on our journey so far, and we're really happy with our results. This is the last thing that we have on our checklist for our big mission, our first trip to Yakushima. We just really hope that we're able to see these animals today. If we don't, it's okay. We're not going home empty-handed, but it's just nice to tick off every box on your checklist.
I feel I'm having good peek at the ground, but I'm still not seeing any animal in there. I've been flying for quite a while now, but hold on a second. Like, what is this? This looks way hotter than the rest. It is at 10 degrees while the rest of the environment is around 3 or 4 degrees. And it seemed that it moved.
There's a deer.
Down here, yes.
Wow!
Mission accomplished. After perfecting our drone methodology, we were able to see a host of animals during our last week.
With our final goal ticked off our to-do list and a cooler full of samples, we can certainly count this work trip as a success.
Our first visit to Yakushima has offered us the opportunity to connect with the research community, build our home away from home, and begin our research adventure on this beautiful and globally distinct island habitat.
We're already starting to plan our next goals and our next visit, because that's really the most rewarding thing about fieldwork. It always calls you back.